Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics article. This audio podcast as part of a Raptor Storm. This audio podcast as part of a Platinum Edition, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. Now looking at in today, now looking at sort of the workup on sort of the clinical elements, some of the clinical elements that have been evidenced in amongst the literature in around Crouzons. The workup of Crouzons begins with looking at getting a patient history, looking at a physical examination in those who are sort of suspect and sort of as part of early diagnosis. Looking at radiological investigations that may include all or one of the following. So, for example, plain radiology, a computerized tomography or CT, or a magnetic resonance imaging or MRI. Investigation also of the jaw structure to gain a sort of position of the maxilla relative to the mandible, and also investigation of the eyes to look for the to look for and identify papilledema and evidence of intracranial pressure or ICP. Other abnormalities also include other abnormalities look to identify sort of the child's pediatric or young person's mental development, and which is carefully assessed. And then an orthodontist is looks to look is or tends to be involved to see the child to see the child, and to initiate sort of treatment in around sort of the where in around the sort of jaw sort of structure, and then investigations are also in pediatrics and young people with Crouzons. Sort of sleep investigations are carried out, and also psychometric evaluations are and tend to be part of sort of early investigations and and, and work up. So that draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics article. This audio podcast as part of a Raptor Storm. This audio podcast as part of a Platinum Edition. And this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production.